Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 15th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But Cancer, let's see what we have going on for you this week. And already looks amazing. You have the Rabbit Spirit, like very lucky card, definitely a card of like speed and things speeding up in your life as well. Very fertile and abundant card. You also have the Chariot, so some sort of victory coming in for you here. I feel like some of you could be like fearing whether or not something is going to work out as well. Definitely popping into my head here, but I feel like it will. So that's the good news. I would say let your fears go for sure here, Cancer. But this looks very interesting. You start off with this Rabbit Spirit card here. Again, this is a card of like fertility and abundance. Definitely, I would say that this could be a card of abundance for you this week because of all the other cards that you have here. I feel like you could be finding something that's very abundant. For some of you, I feel like you're fixing something with all these cards, and I feel like whatever you're fixing is going to lead to success as well. So this could be like fixing a relationship, fixing a business, fixing your job. This almost has like second chance vibes to me here, Cancer, but I wouldn't really call this a second chance. I feel like this is more just kind of like brushing something up, if that makes sense, but definitely a lot of abundance coming in for you. In this first row, you have the Three of Cups, the Chariot, and the Five of Cups here. So I feel like there could be a celebration coming in for you here. I feel like some of you are worried about whether or not you will be able to celebrate something. So it's like, I feel like some of you, it's almost like something seems too good to be true. I feel like I said this to you last week as well. It's like a very similar message here, Cancer. You're showing up as the Chariot here in a very strong position. So I love that. That puts you in a position of power and strength, and it kind of like allows you to be successful this week. So definitely a very good week for success, I would say, with that Chariot card. I really like that a lot for you. I would also say that for some of you, this could be moving as well. For others, I do feel like this could be having options in love here. So I do feel like some of you could have several options in love. I feel like this Five of Cups is like worries. Again, I just feel like this Five of Cups is talking about worries that something is too good to be true. So I feel like some of you need to get out of your head. Even if we follow this diagonal all the way up here, Cancer, you have the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. It's like, to me, this is just fear. Nine of Swords is a card of like waking up from a nightmare and still being in a nightmare, but it's also like an illusion. And not only that, it's a temporary period of time as well. I feel like sometimes maybe when we do something new, we feel very uncomfortable, like, or we just feel like we're not good enough or something like that, especially if we're getting into a new relationship. So I feel like this is saying like, don't self-sabotage something. I feel like you have a choice this week. I mean, it's like you could take this diagonal here, which is the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Cups, which is like, you know, these worries and fears leading to more confusion, Seven of Cups, or you could go this way, and it's like you have the Three of Cups making a choice with this Chariot card. Nine of Swords, it's like you have the worries and fears, but Two of Wands here at the bottom. We're going to talk about this in a minute. That Two of Wands, the card of taking the lead and kind of like taking control of your life. It all goes back to the Chariot. Next, you have the Leadership card. What do you know? I feel like you are taking the lead in a situation here, Cancer, and that's pretty much what I got for you there. In this row, you have the Lovers, the Nine of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. For some of you, I feel like this could be a choice in love. I feel like you need to make up, some of you, I feel like need to make up your mind in love. I feel like someone could be very kind of like cold and distant with that Queen of Swords. And I feel like if you're dealing with someone who's being cold and distant, I feel like that is your answer. For others, I feel like this is just saying you're just like worried. And like I said, I keep getting this too good to be true message. Again, we're going to clarify this in just a minute at the end with the Lenormand card. So we'll see what else we get here. But like I said, I can't help but feel like maybe some of you are just worried about a love situation, or you're kind of like worried whether or not something is too good to be true. So I feel like some of you need to let those fears go here. So that's really all I'm getting here. For some of you, I do feel like you could have a choice in like a legal matter or in some sort of like official situation. So this could be like in work or business. It's like sometimes we have an option. I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for here is, Cancer, but it's like a buyout. So it's like I'm at a loss for words today, Cancer, but it's like one of those things where maybe I feel like this might be for just one of you out there, but it's almost like I feel like for someone, what's popping into my head is it's like maybe your boss comes to you and maybe they're like laying people off, and maybe they give you the option. Maybe they say, hey, we could lay you off and you will get this severance package, or you can stay. So I feel like it's like you're getting the choice, but at the same time, it's like maybe there's some sort of offer like a severance package where you could leave and maybe move on to something greater. So, definitely something to consider. In this last row here, you have the mending card. This is just a card of healing and kind of like going through healing. You have the Seven of Cups, the Judgment card, and the Two of Wands. I feel like some of you could be bringing something back into your life here with that Judgment card. The Two of Wands, again, is just you taking control. Two of Wands here, normally there's a village on the Two of Wands, and it's kind of like a card of leaving a comfort zone. The person on this card is stepping away from what they know. They are, again, leaving a comfort zone. So I feel like for a lot of you, you could be just leaving some sort of comfort zone in your life. In a lot of ways, I feel like this is also, there's like an element of fake it till you make it here, Cancer, because I feel like for some of you that this is saying that, it's like maybe you don't know the details of something in your life, and it's like you're kind of having to fake it till you make it. So let's clarify this. Between the Three of Cups and the Lovers, you have the Animus card. This card is called the Gentleman, and it could definitely be love coming in for you. This card also popped out with it, and this card is called the Rider. So again, I feel like some of you could be receiving messages of love, and this could lead to a celebration. So I feel like this could be love coming in for you here, and it could be just a very positive new relationship. So I feel like you will be celebrating. The Rider could represent someone from a distance as well. So, and again, you have the Chariot. So for some of you, this love could involve travel. For others, this could just be like just a good relationship coming in for you is kind of what I feel there. Next, between the Chariot and the Nine of Swords here, you have the Ace of Diamonds. This is called the Sun. So the best card in the deck, really. I mean, it's a very good card. It's a card of celebrations and happiness. And again, it just kind of points to the fact that if you are having the Nine of Swords doubts like you are here, that these doubts are just temporary. These are things that will not last forever. Next, between the Five of Cups and the Queen of Swords, you have the Scythe. This is the Jack of Diamonds in the playing card reading system. I do feel like some of you could be sad about a breakup, or you could be having a hard time letting go of something from the past. Obviously, this is not going to be true for all of you, but for some of you, I do feel like that could be true. Next, between the Lovers and the Seven of Cups, you have the Crossroads. This is like having a choice to make. It's like you maybe, for some of you, I almost feel like this is new love coming in. It's almost like maybe you have someone new coming in. Maybe you've been thinking about someone from the past, and it's like you're not sure like what to do. Do I go to the past person? Do I pick the new person? This card is being at a crossroads, having a choice to make. For others, again, I feel like this is a choice whether or not to leave work. So again, I keep getting this like thing about like a severance package or like a work deal or something along those lines. Keeps popping into my head. So I feel like some of you could be, like I said, getting some sort of deal at work, or you could be getting like a severance package or something along those lines. And it's like you will have the choice to make. I feel like you could be confused about it. I almost feel like saying, again, if you're one of those people who is getting an offer like that from work, I would take it. I feel like it sets you free. I feel like there's worries because it's like, I feel like the worry is that you're losing something secure, but I feel like you're really losing something that was never secure in the first place. Between the the Nine of Swords here and this Judgment card, you have the Snake. The Snake is a card of seduction. It does say like be careful of being seduced by something that is not a reality. So just make sure to do your research. For some of you, this Queen of Swords and this card, I would say like be careful of lending money to people, or be careful of people taking advantage of your energy at this time. This almost feels like spiritual vampire type energy to me here for you, Cancer. So I would just be careful of anyone who's like trying to steal your time and efforts and energy and all that other stuff. Next, between the Queen of Swords here and the Two of Wands, you have the Eight of Hearts. Love it. This card is called the Moon, and this card just represents kind of like a wish or some sort of wish coming in for you. So I feel like some of you could be getting a wish with this card. And yeah, the Moon in the Lenormand is a very good card. It's a card of just like grounding something in reality. Next, for your outcome with this top row, you have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is called the Garden. This card represents like abundance and a harvest. So I feel like some of you could be having a harvest. This card can also represent kind of like waiting to make a decision. So if you're trying to make a decision in love, you might be waiting. If you are dealing with like multiple people in love as well, you might be just deciding to wait. With this middle row here, you have the Seven of Hearts. This is called the Tree. And this card kind of represents like a family tree. But it could represent wanting to create a family. It can also represent just kind of like solidifying your position in something in your life. So I feel like some of you are just like wanting something solid in your life. And finally, in this bottom row here, you have the House. Love it. This is the King of Hearts in the playing card reading system. This is definitely like a permanent love relationship coming in. So for some of you, that could be someone permanent. It could also be a move as well. There's definitely moving energy here for you, Cancer. So I like to see that. Your center card, the most important card here, is the Nine of Swords. So I feel like some of you need to like get out of your head with that card. It's also interesting that in the Lenormand, your center card is that snake card. And again, the snake card is like, be careful of tricky energy. Be careful of being sold a false bill of goods. So again, I would be careful of people who are like trying to steal your energy. I would also be careful of like people asking for money or anything like that, is what I would say to you there, Cancer. So this is actually a pretty positive reading, I would say. Maybe not like amazing, but definitely a lot of abundance coming in for you. Could be a choice in love, definitely could be new love. Could be a water sign coming in for you. Could also be an air sign as well as jumping out to me. So I definitely like to see that. But thank you, Cancer, and definitely enjoy your week.